personnel, they of course they gain the power, they gain the drag the carpet from the other side.
And they earned it with their
They
blood.
earn it by their blood, of course, and their victims, and of course it's not acceptable to see like 25 young people like placed on ground and killed
Until the gunpoint.
savagely.
That was too sad.
Savagely. I mean, what foreign ground? What foreign ground? And why do you do that? What? From where you take your revenge? You take revenge from innocent people, 25
Harmless
innocent
people.
young people. I mean, they are not. They're just soldiers. You know, they are not responsible for anything. Why you take their souls like in this savage way? I mean, of course, all these violent actions made people, of course, sympathize with the armed forces and the security apparatus, because these people are Egyptians. I mean, these people are my brother, your cousin, your friend. You know, these are the people, and I think I don't like to say the media, but I would like to say the propaganda that was delivered or marketed for the sake of the brotherhood at the beginning was false, appeared to be false, and appeared to be like just propaganda. Propaganda means a negative publicity. You know, so they were the people who were doing this propaganda against the security apparatus in order to gain popularity on their cost. And of course, when everything made clear and people realized that the Brotherhood were just terrorists, then now they realized that they must go and like contain the army and contain the security apparatus. And because without the support of people, you cannot work on ground. And you see in many places that people themselves stay beside the security apparatus or personnel and armed forces in the street and protect them. Unarmed people. You see how you see the sympathy of people with the armed forces. It's very nice feeling. You know,
Egyptians are unique. That's a fact.
Egyptians, right? And remember that Egyptians have turned all the policies around. Remember that you kindly said in other episodes that how the strategy, how the American strategies did not work out, and how the people changed the whole attitude of the European Union.
They've changed the power balance of the whole world.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
I mean, in fact, the implication is not only in the Middle East, but also the implication of the superpower, because now we can talk with them on a win-win situation, and not from an inferior place. Right. But you can please go ahead.
I was just saying that you kindly pointed out this in previous episodes, that the Egyptian people, we are talking about people, not about armed forces. We are talking about regular Egyptian peoples. They have changed the power balance in the whole world, and they set a new example of new power. Power of people, you know, real power of people, people in the streets, people in shops, real people who want to change, who want to be, who want to be in another stage, who want to be more free, to enjoy more freedom, to have the lead in their decision, you know, and you have made many episodes in this, concentrating in this point, the role of people in
and we will continue to do also proceed with our episodes that is talking about power balance, because there is a lot left also to be continued.
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
there is unfinished business.
Sure, ma'am. But
on the power balance.
The point that I would like to clear out, that you kindly pointed out that you might be one of the pioneers of using this term. Power of people, you know, power of people, not just the power of politics or power of armed forces. No, you said power of people, and we were talking about that many times.
Right.
Can we comment one thing on
Sure,
this?
please.
There is no power on earth stronger than the power of people.
That's true.
So if you're a ruler and you don't have the power of people, you have nothing. If you are in the army, the same thing. You don't have any power. So the power of people is number one. Others could be number 10.
And history also remembers situations like that, like Hitler.
No, I can bring you in our Pharaoh time history.
Right.
And this is one of the unique things. I went to Aswan, and I saw in the museum, the Nubian Museum there, I saw the army, Egyptian army there, and I can't believe it. They were the statuette. They are dark and white color, short and tall. All of them, they are there. That's the army, and they are very alert. If you look to the eyes, you look to the way they are marching, it's alive. It shows how the punctuality of the harmony of the people, which he said, the power of people.
The power of people. But also we need to talk about something that is really also significant really this year or this time after June 30th revolution, after 3 years of Arab Spring, may the international community call it. But this year, after we had approved the 2014 or 2013 constitution, we are ahead of the coming steps are the presidential elections and the parliamentary elections. So important steps. But the image here of Egyptians looks like it's not like you have never seen it. Egyptians have never been so keen, so sure, so persistent on what they want. They are not set between a rock and a hard place like last year, and they had to choose between either fascism or an old regime, former old regime dictatorship, or they are, I mean, choosing out of oppression, and they have to only one choice, and that's it. It is really very unique. They are very persistent. They know what they want, and you can feel, you can sense that, especially that you're living abroad, that sense of nationalism. You can see it. How do you see the situation among the Egyptians in the streets? They were holding the slogans of loving Sisi and General Sisi, of course, all respect to him, and also the postures of Sisi. That wasn't the occasion for the General Sisi. But when they were going to the polling stations, they're holding postures of Sisi. When chief of the European Union, Catherine Ashton, was on a visit in somewhere downtown Cairo, they were chanting, Sisi yes, Morsi no. So the people seem to like, they know what they want. How do you describe the situation?
Well,
why isn't any other name other than General Sisi?
Egyptian is by nature, when they love someone, because he have done something unique. That's the important thing. What is this unique? He just gained back the revolution to the Egyptian once more again, because it was stolen in some way, taken off from the hand of the Egyptians to some party, to a group, without nobody else. And the people didn't feel even the joy of the revolution. They didn't feel it. So they decided, when this person who have really put his life up front just to gain back the dignity and the respect of the Egyptian to Egyptians. So this is why the people, by nature, they know who have done good things to them or bad things to them. So General Sisi have done something, even if he doesn't want to be a president, he is going to be a commemorated person in Egypt, like Orabi, like Saad Zaghloul, like Muhammad Ali, like he made the gain back again of revolution to Egyptians.
Right. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. We only have 1 minute left, but I have a very precise question, which is, do you feel, regardless, of course, of what Dr. Shiriba said about General Sisi as the savior and that he saved the revolution and saved it back for Egyptians, but do you feel the potentials of a statesman in his decisions and his stances and political stances that is also being very obvious, even if he didn't do that to the revolution? Do you feel the potentials of a statesman?
Yes, ma'am. It's very good notes of that you pointed out. I would like to add, for the, according to this point, that Sisi himself became a symbol. Became a symbol of the revolution, became a symbol of freedom, became a symbol of justice, became a symbol of feelings, of gathering people together. So people gathered on one symbol, who's the Sisi. See, because not the Sisi as in person, but Sisi as a subject, as a topic. That this person did this and this and this, and this person sacrificed himself, and he put his soul up front, and you know, and he made the right thing to the Egyptian people, you know. So after an era of dictatorship and violence from the Brotherhood, he tried and he succeeded in that. He succeeded in gathering people together, Christians and Muslims. He succeeded in putting targets. He succeeded in putting a map to follow. He succeeded in doing achievements. You know, he succeeded in holding the timber of the armed forces and security apparatus.
That's
because
true.
they didn't pay back violence by violence.
Unfortunately, we ran out of time. That's I guess we'll have to end it here with you, gentlemen. Thanking you very much for coming over and for your input, Dr. Hassan Sharif, the strategic analyst, and of course Dr. Walid El Naggar, the political analyst. Thank you very much for coming, gentlemen. I guess this is where we end this edition of Windows on Current Affairs. Thank you very much for joining us, and please do join us again next week for another new edition. Until then, that's a goodbye.